Hi, this is Stephanie Miller from The Stephanie Miller Show. Please enjoy this exclusive clip from my show on Political Voices Network.
Okay, Rick, so the question is why Trump is going here even. I mean, does this unfounded, let's just call it what it is, lie about Joe Biden being on drugs or planning to get shot up with drugs before the debate suggest maybe a lack of confidence on Trump's part?
Well, as you know, Chris, Trump tries to have it both ways on all things. Debates are about setting expectations, and he's set expectations in either direction. And he's always looking for an excuse of why he loses. And so he's setting out this unknown, because I doubt that the president's going to submit to a drug test. And if he did submit to a drug test, then Donald Trump should submit to exactly the same drug test. And I don't know what it matters. Is there a clause in the contract that says no drugs during debate? I don't think so. So it's all distraction. It's all designed to create some diversion so that if he doesn't do well in the debate, well, it's because his opponent was on drugs. I don't know what's in that mind of his.
How is this debate going to go, do you think, if Trump even shows up tomorrow? Because there is no fact that is on his side, right? Jobs, inflation, the debt, you name it.
Biden just has to talk about what he's done and what he's going to do, because the rest of his Build Back Better agenda is wildly popular around child care and the child tax credit and other issues, and put that on the table. For Trump, I heard he might bring this little thing of Tic Tacs, shrinkflation. Mm-hmm. If I was the president, I would say, yes, your hands look bigger. Get some sort of response like that.
Down. Hang on. Send this to the White House. Okay.
Go directly.
But that's greed, Mark.
Trump.
That's greedflation. That's not inflation. Yeah, talk
exactly.
about the companies and why they're doing that, right?
And if they bring up that, the president has lowered the cost of energy through the Inflation Reduction Act. He's got tax credits and rebates available for people to be more energy efficient. Healthcare, we're negotiating for the first time with Big Pharma on prescription drug prices. We've been ripped off for decades, and he's the first president doing something about it. He also capped your out-of-pocket expenses if you're on Medicare. He capped insulin to $35. Look, this guy has tackled inflation directly on, while we still have to tackle the oil companies and big food. He's talking about those things, but I think there's a real strong message the president has to offer on this. And what's Donald Trump got? Other than he added to the debt in a record way.
Yeah, debt twice as much as Biden. So we've also been talking about this all morning. Trump inflation bomb coming should he win a second term, according to 16 Nobel Prize winning economists who I've said economists aren't liberal or, they're just economists. Anyway, they've warned the Trump second term agenda could create what they're describing as an inflation bomb that would rock the global economy. Combination of more tax cuts for corporations, a labor shortage caused by the mass deportation of undocumented immigrants, looser monetary policy in the form of lower interest rates would cause prices to skyrocket yet again, just as inflation has started to stabilize in the 3% range. They write, Representative, we believe a second Trump term would have a negative impact on the U.S. economic standing in the world, a destabilizing effect on the U.S.'s domestic economy. Many Americans are concerned about inflation, which has come down remarkably fast. There's rightly a worry that Trump will reignite this inflation with his fiscally irresponsible budgets. Let's hope the president can get that reality home tomorrow night in the debate, because Trump just lies and lies and lies. He actually tweeted that he's the one that got $35 insulin for everybody. I mean, what's your advice to the president on how you combat because again, he's been called a liar so many times. I don't know how else you say it.
But I think you go directly at him and you have the facts, and that's going to be the follow-up. But just on the taxes, the tax cut that Donald Trump did, anytime you have a tax cut, it's called a tax expenditure. It's taking away money from education or healthcare or anything else. The tax cut that Donald Trump did, 83% of the money went to the top 1% of the population. In other words, his friends, his donors, people who belong to Mar-a-Lago. That we have to go directly after what Trump did and what he'll do, which will do exactly what those economists said, put us back into an area of inflation. And then he's got this crazy idea about a fight club for immigrants. At some point, I understand he's appealing to the base, and that way he can continue to the grift and make lots of money off these chumps who buy, these red caps and whatever else he puts for sale. But I do think that voters in Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania, the three states I think that are going to ultimately matter the most, are pocketbook issues, and those tax cuts did not help them in any way. 83% of the money went to the top 1%. That's Donald Trump.
Yeah, absolutely. Our friend Dean Obadala tweeted, Congressman Marc Pocan, what did I say? I said it right.
Yep.
Okay. They make me nervous now that I'm going to say it wrong. Pocan. Okay. On my SiriusXM show, offers to serve an arrest warrant on Netanyahu when he addresses the U.S. Congress. I'm available, Pocan stated. Good. Can you swing by and get Bush and Cheney? Because maybe we can get a group deal at The Hague. What do you think?
Yeah, I'll tell you, this is one where, regardless of how people feel about Israel and Gaza, there are two figures that are severely wrong, or two entities. One is Hamas for the attack they did, and the way the condition for the people in Gaza has been awful for decades, and we've all unfortunately had a blind eye to it. And Netanyahu, the way he's done this collective punishment of people in Gaza, the number of children and women that have been killed, and he is a war criminal. And if that's what the international courts say, and they need someone to serve them, then they can get this ready in time.
You're a helper. You're a helper.
Yep.
It's heartbreaking. You know, we just had violence out here at a synagogue in L.A., Representative, and, this idiot that almost drowned a 3-year-old Palestinian, kid. It's just, this is just tragedy upon tragedy upon tragedy. And if you can help in any way, I will send you a badge. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, the people, I can tell you from multiple trips to the region, the people of Israel and the people of Palestine want peace.
Yep.
Netanyahu is trying to stay out of jail, and he's executed this awfully and killed many innocent people. And Hamas is a terrorist group and has treated their own people, the Palestinians, awfully, in addition to the attacks on Israel. So if we focus on peace in the region, the U.S. position has been a two-state solution.
Yes.
Unfortunately, Netanyahu also doesn't support that. I think it's just time we get a little tougher on Netanyahu and let's actually support the Israelis and the Palestinians as they need.
I understood what someone said the other day. We can't send bombs to Israel and Band-Aids to, the Palestinians.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's just, it's such a... Again, just in all the years I've been alive too, I feel like this is the worst it's been, and it's heartbreaking. But you give me hope, and we love you so much, Representative. Yes. Thank you so much. I'm sorry, I'm going to be even clingier. I'm just telling you, it's just going to get worse. It's going to get worse and worse.
Glad to talk about Wisconsin and anything you want anytime.
Absolutely.
Stephanie. Love you guys.
There he goes. Congressional rock star, Representative Marc Pocan. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Congressman.
There it is, my first drink of the day, Z-Biotics Pre-Alcohol Probiotic. Many of you know my story. I stopped drinking wine for 3 years during COVID, during the lockdown as part of a health reset. Now I drink wine in moderation, but this is an amazing new product. I've always believed in probiotics. And Z-Biotics, check this out. You drink just one of these. It's the world's first genetically engineered probiotic. It was invented by PhD scientists to tackle rough mornings after drinking. I am using this and I feel great in the morning. I don't have to worry if I have an extra glass of wine, I still feel great in the morning. Here's how it works. When you drink, alcohol gets converted into a toxic byproduct in the gut. I've always had acid reflux problems. It is this byproduct, not dehydration, that's to blame for your rough next day. Z-Biotics produces an enzyme to break this byproduct down. All I know is it works. It is Z-Biotics Pre-Alcohol Probiotic. Go to zbiotics.com/politicalvoices or scan the QR code on the screen right now.